Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Drunken Angel, which is a 1948 film directed by Akira Kurosawa. It talks about a doctor who lived in a very poor community in Japan right after the end of World War II, and then he started treating a criminal who was hurt after a fight between rival gangs. However, he noticed that the criminal was coughing too much, and then he requested some examinations, and it was confirmed that the criminal had tuberculosis, which was a very serious and sad disease at the time, especially in a poor environment. At first, both the criminal and the doctor fought like cat and dog, punched each other, argued a lot. But even though there was this weird dynamic, there was also some friendship and loyalty developing between both the doctor and the criminal. The problem is that the doctor couldn't convince the criminal to take care of his health, to stop drinking, to stop womanizing, and to settle down a little bit because his lungs were problematic. He was starting to spit blood, and he seriously needed to take care of his health. After some angry refusals, the criminal realized that he really needed to take care of himself and looked for the doctor whenever he felt too sick. Also, the doctor willingly took care of the criminal. Meanwhile, the doctor also took care of other patients, and we could see that he was treating another patient who was a 17-year-old girl who also had tuberculosis, but she was fighting it with courage, something that the criminal wasn't doing. He even pointed out to the criminal the difference between his attitude and the attitude of the young girl. After a while, the health of the criminal started to be really worse. To make things even worse, another criminal from the same gang was released from prison. His name was Okada, and the doctor was in a relationship with a woman who had previously been in a relationship with Okada. And of course, Okada was looking for his woman, and he realized that his woman was in the doctor's house. And when Okada arrived to the doctor's house to kill him, it appeared a very young criminal. His name was Matsunaga. Matsunaga showed up coughing a lot, and he defended the doctor, tried to prevent the doctor from killing him. The doctor took him back to his bedroom. Matsunaga was very sick. However, Matsunaga used to be the leader of the gang of that quarter. But when Okada was released from prison, and because of Matsunaga's tuberculosis, his gang was given to Okada. And even worse, his old gang wanted to use Matsunaga as a kind of target in the war between rival gangs, because they knew Matsunaga was about to die. And then Matsunaga felt really disgusted because he thought that the fellow members were loyal to him. And to make things worse, Okada gave the order that all store owners of the quarter were supposed to deny services and do not sell anything to Matsunaga. So Matsunaga became a kind of pariah. He was rejected by his gang basically because he was sick and he was no longer useful. Meanwhile, the doctor still took care of Matsunaga. Matsunaga was more willing to have his health taken care of. Matsunaga's woman left him because of his disease. She didn't want to take care of him, and she was with Okada. And once, when Matsunaga went to Okada's house, he saw that his former woman was with Okada now. And then Matsunaga wanted revenge for the humiliation of losing his gang, his woman, and everything to Okada. And a fight started. And of course, Matsunaga couldn't win this fight because even though he had a knife, he was very seriously sick and debilitated. And Okada wasn't sorry for him at all, and he ended up murdering Matsunaga. And there was a bar woman who had feelings for Matsunaga. She felt very sorry for the way he passed away, and she paid for his funeral. And she talked about it with the doctor. And the doctor told this bar woman that he knew how she was feeling, but he couldn't forgive Matsunaga for having given up his life the way he did. Because if Matsunaga had started treating his tuberculosis from the beginning, he had changed his lifestyle, and if he had stayed in bed, thought about his health, he would probably recover soon and wouldn't have passed away. But it happened. And at the same time, when everything was said and all the hope seemed to be gone, the 17-year-old patient, she appeared very happy, and she told to the doctor that she was officially cured from her tuberculosis, and she proved it by showing an X-ray to the doctor. And then this scene is meant as a touch of hope. Okay, Matsunaga wasted his life, but this girl was cured. There were other patients, other people who needed the doctor, and they would be cured and they would carry on. And then the doctor would give the girl a sweet to celebrate her victory over the disease, and he invited the bar woman to have a candy too, so the three of them could celebrate something after all. This is a very beautiful film, realistic. It really showed in details the hardship of post-World War II Japan. It showed lots of sadness, lots of hopelessness, poverty, but at the same time it gave hope. Matsunaga had hope to be cured. The gangsters, they could live this kind of life and earn a more honest living. Some patients of the doctor were cured. The woman who was in a relationship with Okada, she left him and was in a happy relationship with the doctor. The doctor was helping people. Even though he was an alcoholic and needed help himself, he was still helping people. So it's a film that seems harsh, but it has a poetry, a touch of hope in the middle of all that suffering. I really, really recommend you this film. It's a beautiful film, and it's not as sad as it seems. It's nice, it's easy to understand, it gives a nice historical content, and it's Akira Kurosawa, a very known filmmaker, and he was famous for a reason. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!